Swamiji, do we have free will or is everything in our life predestined?
As human beings,
Yes.
there are two aspects.
Yes.
We are destined to do certain things.
Yes.
In certain situations will be there around us, which will make us do a particular kind of thing to survive for
Yes.
our livelihood. But we are also blessed with one faculty called intelligence.
Consider a war-like situation, like consider a situation currently in Gaza or Syria.
Mm-hmm.
In such a scenario, you will see that many innocent people, including children, lose their life. How do we understand the suffering of those innocent children who have probably not done anything in this world to deserve all this pain?
Every action has equal and opposite reaction.
Yes.
When I am suffering today, it means I had made someone else suffer in
Previous
some way or
life.
other. In this life previously,
Yes.
in the past, or in my past lives. We do not see as human beings, we do not see the past lives of everybody. But Bhagavan knows, he keeps accounts of every individual. He has a very master computer. And he has all records with him. In one click he can get full history of so many lives. If I tell you one incident,
Yes. Why do you think Divine has selected certain souls like Sachin Tendulkar or Virat Kohli, or you can say MS Dhoni, to achieve this extraordinary level of success, while there can be several other people who are equally hardworking, talented, but may have not made it to that level?
take this question in another perspective.
Yes.
Is success only getting selected for the Indian national team?
No.
Or can he not be a very good cricket player? He can be a very good cricket coach.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Popcorn with Piyu. I'm your host Priyanka Naik Desai, and today we have with us Swami Sughoshananda to discuss Bhagavad Gita and its profound teaching. Swamiji is a dedicated monk at Chinmaya Mission, an organization renowned for spreading knowledge of Vedas and other ancient Indian literature. Welcome to the show, Swamiji. So, Swamiji, let's begin by taking a glimpse of your life before monkhood. Could you share some experiences or belief that led you to choose this path?
If I look back at my life,
Yes.
I was part of Chinmaya Mission. There is one activity called Bal Vihar. So
Okay.
that is a value education classes conducted by Chinmaya Mission.
Okay.
So in my childhood, I used to attend those classes,
Okay.
and that gave me some scars of spirituality.
Okay.
Singing bhajans, reciting stotrams, learning value education, moral stories, etc.
Yes.
As I grew into youth, then I joined Chinmaya Yuva Kendra, that is the youth wing of Chinmaya Mission.
Okay.
Again, while attending camps, we could get to know about spirituality, about
Okay.
Bhagavad Gita, about Upanishads. And later on, I felt that I should do this 2 years Vedanta course that is conducted in Chinmaya Mission. After
How
that,
old were you when you started studying about Vedanta?
full-time Vedanta course I did when I was 23 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was in Mumbai.
Okay.
So I just thought, let me try this, let me do it for 2 years and then come back to my normal life,
Yes.
regular life. But once I did the course, I did not feel like coming back. I thought I got what I wanted.
Okay.
Yeah. So the samskars of Chinmaya Mission in the childhood,
Yes.
I can say, took me towards this path.
Okay. Were your parents supportive of this?
Yes, my parents were also part of Chinmaya Mission.
Okay.
My mother used to regularly attend Bhagavad Gita classes conducted by Swamiji there in Madgaon Center actually.
Yes.
And I used to attend Balvihar classes. So my sister also used to attend Yuva Kendra classes.
Okay.
My father also used to be there whenever Jnana Yajnas were there, pravachans. So
Yes.
that way full family was involved with Chinmaya Mission.
Okay. So, Swamiji, most of us have this question as to why do we exist? This is a question that dawns almost everyone. According to Bhagavad Gita and your experience, what's the purpose of our existence?
The purpose of every human being is to realize his or her own true self.
Okay.
That is the divinity within, which resides in our hearts. To know it and then to realize it, become one with it, that is the goal of every human being.
Okay.
And that reality, we call it Sat Chit Anand Swarup. Okay, we are all of the nature of existence,
Yes.
Knowledge and bliss.
Yes.
So, by the method of Shravana, Manana, and Nididhyasana, that is listening to the talks or pravachans by your Guru, reflecting upon them, and then meditating upon that truth, one has to realize that. So, that is the purpose of every living being or every human being, at least. And to reach that, Bhagavad Gita gives us three paths. So one is the path of karma yoga it is called. One is the path of devotion, bhakti yoga.
Yes.
And third is the path of jnana yoga.
Okay. Can I just stop you in between?
Yes.
What does it mean to be one with oneself? Like you just said, the core purpose of human existence is to be one with oneself, to be one with divinity.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be one with oneself?
Yeah. At present, we consider ourselves as this body.
Yes.
When I ask you what is your name, you will immediately tell my name is so and so.
Yes.
Because that is the name given to your body.
Yes.
Okay. When I say who are you, then you will tell your name of your, say, your profession or
yes.
I'm daughter of so and so or wife of so and so.
Yes.
So that is our empirical identity.
Okay.
Okay. To do interaction with the world, we need all this. But then we have one spiritual identity. That is our true core of our own self.
Okay.
Okay. So to give up what we are not and to become one with what we are actually.
Yes.
That is the practice of spirituality. So becoming one with one's absolute self means realizing that you are not this body, this mind, this intellect, this ego.
Yes.
That you are not that ignorance or vasanas that we call.
Yes.
But you are beyond all these things. You are the witness of all these things. Witness of all the three gunas that play in our mind. I am witness of this. And that the nature of that witness is Satchidananda, or we call it Paramatma or Atma. So that is of the nature of bliss. So to become that bliss,
yes,
is the purpose of human life. So it is, I do not know how to explain it, but that is it. Yeah, pashyati sa pashyati.
Swami, this is actually becoming very enlightening. You said that divinity is present in everyone. Basically, because you said that we need to feel one divinity in everyone. In that case, I have this statement. What does it mean to see divinity in everyone? And does those people who are involved in wrongdoing, like consider an individual who is committing a murder or someone who is a thief,
yeah,
does they also have divinity in it?
Yeah.
In them?
When we say divinity is all pervading, divinity is in every living being and even also in inert things.
Okay.
Okay, because that is all pervading. We believe that in every atom there is divinity.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So even in thief or even in a saint,
yes,
that same divinity is present.
In that case, how they are into doing this act? So what encourages them?
Yeah. So encouraging whether doing good things or bad things is because of the pressure of the gunas. Gunas means that we have three qualities of our mind. One is called sattva, one is called rajas, and
yes,
one is called tamas, tamoguna. Okay. So these three gunas play havoc in our mind, especially the rajoguna and tamoguna.
Can you explain?
When the predominance of what is sattva guna? Sattva guna represents peace of mind, knowledge, okay, purity. Yes. That is symbolized by sattva guna. A sattvic person will always be calm. He will be contemplative. He will be meditative. Yes. He will never do wrong things. He will think good of everyone. Okay. A rajasic or rajoguni person will be very active. will be
Yes.
ambitious.
Yes.
And sometimes to achieve his ambition, he may also
Get into wrong way.
cutthroat competition and all these kind of things happen.
Yes.
And Tamoguni is a lethargic person.
Yes.
And sometimes he may also use very cheap or foul kind of means to achieve his purposes.
Okay.
So when this Rajoguna and Tamoguna predominates our mind,
Yes.
that is the time where we fall into wrong actions.
Okay.
The job or the purpose of divinity is only to give power or supply that power to the mind.
Okay.
But how the mind will act will depend on these three gunas, these qualities of the structure of our mind.
Yes.
Or you can say the tendencies that are there in our mind. We call them vasanas. So vasanas also create lots of pressure in our mind, and that propel us to do either good or bad actions.
Okay.
So, okay, yeah.
So basically, it's not because of the divinity that's present. It's basically the two gunas, which is rajas and tamas.
Yeah, I can give you one best example. Is
Yes.
uh, uh, there are two people who are driving a car.
Yes.
One person drives it very properly,
Yes.
respecting the freedom of driving of other people. He
Yes.
follows the rules and regulations, while the other person disobeys. He drives rash, etc.
Yes.
Now, and he causes accidents or he kills people.
Yes.
Now, will you blame the petrol or the fuel that is there in the car
No.
for his good action or for his bad action, or will you thank the petrol for the good action of that car?
Definitely be thankful to
Yeah.
petrol.
So petrol or the fuel is only fueling the car to go in a particular direction.
Yeah.
But which direction it will go, how it will be driven, depends on the person who is sitting on the steering wheel. So that divinity will give us the power to think and to power to act. But how to act, where to act, what to act, where not to act, etc., that depends on our mind, the quality of our mind. Yeah.
Beautifully explained.
Yeah.
Swamiji, do we have free will, or is everything in our life predestined? Like, consider an example. Do I have a choice to choose a career, or am I sent in this world to play a particular role, or to choose, or already destined to do a particular work? Do I have right to choose my life partner, or there is someone who has already been created for me?
So this question is a very popular question, and the answer to this question, according to me, is as human beings,
Yes.
there are two aspects.
Yes.
We are destined to do certain things.
Yes.
Certain situations will be there around us, which will make us do a particular kind of thing to survive for
Yes.
our livelihood. But we are also blessed with one faculty called intelligence or intellect.
Yes. Yeah.
Where you can choose to do hatke karne ke liye, do
Yes.
different thing, to do something different. Now, just now, Ritvik told he has done MBA, but now he feels that I am made for music.
Yes.
So though he has pursued his career till now, studies till now as MBA graduate or postgraduate, but now he feels that my inner calling is to follow my Swadharma, that is
Yes.
pursue music, and I'll be really happy in that. So now he has changed. He has used his buddhi, his intellect, to choose whatever I like to do.
Yes.
So that faculty is there with us. So human beings are not bound or conditioned totally by their past or we call prarabdha.
Yes.
But God has given us something called purushartha. We can do our purushartha, and that is called free will. We have free will.
Okay.
We can exercise it. Otherwise, there will be no difference between us, human beings, and animals.
How much percent or control do we have through our free will?
As human beings, free will be how much you put effort in achieving your goal of your life.
Okay.
So that depends on your self effort. Our Gurudev says every job demands its quota of efforts.
Okay.
Don't give up too soon. Strive on until you win. So you can make your destiny.
Yes.
You are convinced, you are strong, and then you will go for it. It depends on your mental structure, I would say.
Okay.
So some people, after little failures, they will give up that, and they will say this is not for me. But some people will keep on working, striving for that.
Yes.
So that way they exercise their full free will.
Yes.
In spite of obstacles, they will go
Move
and
ahead.
get, go and get. So it is how much determined we are to achieve our goal. That is how we can practice, or we can use our free will. So that is individually, it depends on each person.
Okay, Swamiji. So, as a monk, how do you view family life from an external perspective?
My parents are grastas, so they gave me. Okay,
Yes.
I am product of some grasta, correct?
Yes.
Every monk is a product of some family. So, in our scriptures, the grastashram has given great respect. In fact, dhanyato grastashram, they say. It is very blessed to be a grasta. Why it is said so? Because grastashram means the married life. No?
Yes.
They will be supporting all the three ashramas.
Okay.
In Hinduism, we believe that there are four ashrams. That is the four stations of life.
Yes.
One is brahmacharya ashram.
Yeah.
Then it's grahastha ashram.
Yes.
That is married life.
Yes.
Then it's vanaprastha ashram, when you retire. And last is sannyasa ashram, when you give up everything for the sake of your own spiritual growth.
Okay.
So, brahmacharya, vanaprastha and sannyas, these three ashramas are supported by grahasthas. Because grahasthas, in grahasthashram, you have to earn. You earn money, you work, you do job or you do business.
Yes.
And then you share your earnings with your family, children, your say old parents,
yes,
or even society. Even some sannyasi comes to your house, you have to feed him.
Yes.
So that way, I think Grahastha is great. And another view of mine is who enters Grahastha or who should enter Grahastha and who should not take sannyas.
Yes.
Because Grahastha is when we have lots of desires, okay, lots of karma, we can say, even sexual desire for that matter.
Yes.
So you want to experience that and then, yes, grow out of it, outgrow that. So, isn't? Yeah. So you feel like you should have big bungalow, you should have great gadgets, your big car, big bank balance, lots of land, so many things. Very we are urge very for materialistic things also, or other things also, emotional things, needs are there. Yes. Physical, biological needs are there. So you need a life partner to fulfill, yes, such desires or some desires. So if you take sannyas when these things are there bubbling in your heart, then you will not do justice to that sannyas ashram or monkhood. Yes. So our scriptures have given a proper channel to exhaust those kind of desires, yes, by through Garasthashram. So you enjoy your life. After enjoying, after 30, 40 years, you will come to know there was no real joy in it. So the true happiness lies in giving up everything, knowing your own self, serving the society, doing, worshipping Bhagavan. Yes. That you will come to know. And slowly he will prepare his mind for Vanaprastha and then Sannyasashram. Okay. So that is how I view Grahasthashram also. That is a channel to exhaust your innate tendencies, that is vasanas, outgrow them, and then make your mind ready for the last ashram, that is called sannyasa ashram. Okay, sir. Okay. So I once read a line which says, when you read Bhagavad Gita for the first time versus when you read it as a spiritually advanced soul, you learn at both the points in life. And as I imagine you learn and what? Sorry? Both the points in life. Both the points, okay. So as I imagine you continue to study and reflect on Bhagavad Gita till date, I want to know what are your new insights and lessons you are discovering from your current studies. So every time you read any scripture, not just Bhagavad Gita, yes, for more than one time, yes, or after a gap of 3, 4, 5, 6 years, yes, you will definitely find a new meaning to the same shloka. Okay. Yes. It will give more and more clarity. Yes. This can be because of so many study of and reflection of so many other scriptures and texts. Yes. our understanding of the that particular scripture becomes more clear.
Yes.
And then we discover more meaning to that, so what we have read earlier.
Yes.
So every time I personally read Bhagavad Gita,
Yes.
I get clarity as to how I should be working in this society, in my day-to-day life, while while not getting distracted, not getting affected by the ups and downs that come in our life. Everybody's life there are ups and downs.
Yes.
So how to keep control on our minds and our senses.
Yes.
And how to see the role of Bhagwan or God or divinity in everything that is happening in our life. So Bhagavad Gita teaches me every time I study that I have to accept life as it comes.
Okay.
And also and accept it as his prasad, whatever is happening, and also do your best and leave the rest. So it also gives us inspiration to go deeper and deeper in spirituality. Okay. So that is more subjective, I would say. So
Yes,
to
sir.
overcome the mistakes that we have done in the past.
Yes.
And then start a life afresh.
Yes.
That way, every day, every time, we can improve in our conduct, etc. That way, yes.
Swamiji, what is sadhana or a spiritual practice for a monk life?
As Guruji Swami Tejamananji, when he gave us sannyas diksha, he told us, as a monk, your full support should be Bhagavan. Means you should totally rest in Bhagavan, rest on Bhagavan. Okay.
Can you elaborate on
Yeah,
this?
means you have to depend on Bhagavan only. That he is doing everything for you. He is your only support. He is the one who is taking care of you, not the world.
And how is it for a normal person who is having a family life? Like, aren't we supposed to rely on Bhagwan?
You are also, everybody is supposed to write. But as a grastas, the wife will have a husband as a support.
Okay. Yeah.
Parents will have, the father and mother will have children as their support. So they will see support for somebody.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Or bank balance will be there.
Yes.
But as a sannyasi, when he gives up his family life,
yes,
and all this property, etc., that which he had,
yes,
now who is the support for him? Society can anytime say, हमारे कौन लगते हैं वो?
हाँ,
हम
true.
आपके है कौन? Because you are a sannyasi, आप बाबा जी है.
Yes.
So they can raise their hands and then they run away. So that time we have no one other than Bhagavan, God, as our support. So we should, as sannyasis, we should make this belief, faith very strong, that He is only taking care of me and He is only my support. वही मेरे आधार है.
Okay.
So this is one. And second thing is we should constantly remember Him through practice of japa.
Yes.
And yes, try to be with Him, experience Him everywhere, see His hand in every action, everything that is happening around us. So that should be our sadhana.
Okay. How would you convince a 20-year individual like me to begin my spiritual journey?
Yeah. Now, what is spirituality according to you?
Okay, in my opinion, because I am into studying Bhagavad Gita, I have done my dissertation. It's basically being calm and finding oneness with divinity. Basically, not having too much of materialistic desire, but trying to feel calm with whatever I have.
Good. Yeah. So your question is?
How will you convince 20-year-old individual to begin his or her spiritual journey?
Yeah. A youngster of 20 or 21 years is always ambitious.
Yes.
He wants to achieve his goal. He wants to settle in his life. He wants to do either some career or some business.
Yes.
Okay. Now, for all this, one very important prerequisite To achieve any success or success in any field,
Yes.
our mind should be calm. Mind should be focused. Okay. So to focus our mind, what we need spirituality, very important.
Yes.
There are many practices in spirituality which will make our mind single pointed,
Yes.
which will purify our mind.
Yes.
Okay. So one very common practice is japa. To repeating the name of God for several times,
Yes.
with imagining His form in the mind and
Yes.
taking His name by your speech.
Yes.
That will make our mind single pointed.
Yes.
Okay, there are other practices like called trataka. No? You light a lamp in the dark and then keep on looking at it.
Yes.
Then you without entertaining any other thought. Then also your mind will become
But how will
focused.
It help you to keep your mind calm?
Yeah. So by the constant practice of repeating this name of Bhagwan,
Yes.
You develop a habit of focusing your mind. And what I was saying is, to achieve any success, your mind should be calm, single pointed. If you are a student,
Yes.
and your mind is distracted, it is running in 10 different directions, and you also want to study, you cannot study. To study same book or same chapter, which takes say, 5 minutes, it will take 25 minutes because mind is not at place.
Yes.
So these practices of spiritual practices will make your mind single pointed.
Yes.
And then you can do that particular work in very short time because of concentration. So spiritual practices will give you focus of mind through which you can achieve success in whichever field.
Okay.
It is not just applicable to youngster, but for anybody for that matter. So from that standpoint, I said, and how will he keep his mind calm?
Yes.
Because then study of Bhagavad Gita teaches us the consequences of not keeping your mind calm. Okay. ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः संगस्तेषु उपजायते संगात् संजायते कामः कामात् क्रोधो विजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशः बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति. What is the meaning of this? Means what? If you start pondering over some thought, some object, yes, then you will have desire for that. Dhyayato vishayan pumsa. Vishay means these objects of the world, sense objects. If you meditate on them, think about them, you will feel that you should have it. Yes. Then after that, you will feel that you should possess it. Now, if between that object and you there is some obstacle, then you will get calm, that you will get krodha. Who is he to stop me from achieving that? You will get krodha, means anger. Yes. Now, krodhat bhavati sammoha. When you are angry, you will get infatuated. Okay. You lose your vivek. Sammohat smriti vibrama. Smriti vibram means all the memory of good and bad will be lost. Smriti bhramshat buddhi nasha. When that memory is not there, your intellect will collapse, I would say. Intellect is the seat of what? It is called vivek, discrimination. What is right, what is wrong. Yes. Buddhi nashat pranashyati. When intellect is gone, you are totally gone. You become Rakshasa. So, the consequences of falling a prey to the fluctuating mind or demands of the mind can lead to vinash. Yes. We see this by so many examples, so many dictators and so many asuras in our Puranas also. Because of this small weakness, they destroyed their entire life. So a youngster also when he is bubbling with enthusiasm, sometimes he may take to a wrong path also. He may think that is the age he should enjoy life and all. And he can, because of strong pressure of desires or karma, he can destroy his full career, his life and life of others also. That's why I would say that spirituality or Bhagavad Gita helps us to keep our mind calm, peaceful, pure, so that we do something productive for us and for society also. Yes. Okay.
Swamiji, will it be difficult for a poor person or a person who is financially not stable or emotionally not stable to begin his spiritual journey?
I don't think spirituality has anything to do with poverty or riches.
No, but in that, see, consider person who is involved in a family life. He or she has to devote a lot of time to his family to earn money to fulfill their wishes. And imagine he or she is already dealing with too much of suffering in his life. Like maybe people are not doing well, he's mentally not stable, too much of responsibility. In that scenario, how is a person supposed to find calmness and choose a spiritual path?
Can you repeat your question? Sorry.
Consider a scenario
Yeah.
wherein an individual who is financially not stable, very poor, okay, and he has too much of difficulty in his family. Like he has a huge family to look after, only one breadwinner in the family. People are falling sick. He have too many stomachs to fill.
Correct.
And he is mentally disturbed himself.
Okay.
Doesn't know what to do in his life. In that way, how should he or she rely on choose a spiritual path?
Yeah, in one way, to lead a undisturbed spiritual life, it is good that we have all the things set.
Yes.
First, I will say, when you have when you are financially stable, your family life is stable, then you will have more and mental energy to pursue your spiritual goal.
Yes.
Okay. Then, in contrast with where when you have financial deficiencies, family is disturbed, and sickness and all these things. But some people will take that also as a what do you call it, a means to pursue spirituality.
Okay.
You take the example of saints.
Yes.
Even Swami Vivekananda, for that matter. Yes. He lost his everything.
Yes.
So he had to give up his house also. They used to live in a room, rented room. Only one shirt they had. Three friends are staying. So one person has to go out. Then after that other person comes, he will wear his shirt and then go out. So sometimes God gives us such situations wherein uh, uh, we are made to turn to spirituality. Some difficult situations will be there so that we get more and more shraddha and more that intensity to follow the path of peace and spirituality. So this is the case with many people. Even Tukaram Maharaj, his wife was such a fighter cock. So that made him go to in that mountain and do his japa and sing abhangas, compose abhangas. Eknath Maharaj is the opposite thing. His wife was very cooperative in his sadhana. He would make all the arrangements for his puja and all these things. So that way she helped in his spirituality. Two examples are there, extremes. One is very good wife who supports you in spirituality, and one is because she is a cranky wife, you turn to spirituality. So I would say it depends on us whether to complain over the situation or take this as a stepping stone to grow in life spiritually. That the vivek we should have.
Okay.
I hope this answer is.
Yeah, I understood.
Yeah.
Yes. Swamiji, so you said that because you mentioned about success, like for young 20-year-old individual, the aim is to attain success. That is what a normal human being pursues. What is your understanding of success after becoming a monk? And what does, according to Bhagavad Gita, what does true success looks like?
Yeah, success for me in my Purvashram was having a good job, fat salary,
yes,
having my own house,
yes,
all the comforts at my feet.
Yes.
Okay, all material prosperity was the concept of success.
Yes.
But after studying the scriptures, I came to know that the true success is having control on your mind, control on your senses. Yes. Because it is said if you control your mind, if you win your mind, then you can win the whole world. Okay, this is one thing. And true success also lies in being happy with whatever you do, Uh, in true success, you give happiness to others, in people around you, and they are happy in your presence. So a successful person may have the outer riches or may not have or have less, but very important thing is he should be happy with himself, happy with, satisfied with whatever, or contented with whatever he has.
Okay.
So, but of course, he should strive to achieve more, to grow, generate wealth. There is generating wealth is not against spirituality.
Yes.
But if you have less, if you could not achieve something, sometimes you should not get disturbed.
Okay.
So, retaining your mental peace. It is said, Sukha Dukkhe Samay Krutva Labha Labhav Jaya Jaya. So you should keep your mind equanimous in Sukha and Dukkha, that is joy and sorrow, Labh and Hani, that is
Yes.
success and failure, and then you do your duty. Tato yuddhaya yujyasva, naivam papam avapsasi. Then you do your ordained duty, then you will never get sin, and you will not get disturbed.
Okay, Swamiji.
Yes.
Okay. So the world has so many elements like cocaine, alcohol, which are basically considered as harmful. Why do you think the divine has created such elements which are harmful, which can lead us away from spiritual path?
I would say, who are we to blame that divine? He has created temples also. He has created. He has created water also. He has
Yes.
created so fresh fruits for us to eat.
Yes.
Okay. Of course, everything is a creation of God, but God has also created something called intellect.
Yes.
I think I have answered this.
Yeah.
We had this in our discussion. So Bhagavan has given us our Vivek Buddhi, that is the power of discrimination, ki what to choose and what not to choose. Though there are bad things, there are intoxicants present available. Uh, you have also got a discrimination whether you should consume it or not. On every cigarette packet, there is written, cigarette smoking is injurious to health.
Yes.
A doctor also reads it.
Yes.
And he will also see him smoking.
Yeah.
So that means our mind overpowers our intellect, and then we do such mistakes. So my reply to this is, even though there will be evil, there will be bad, there will be some intoxicating things in this world, but we have our
Intellect
to choose what is right for us.
Yeah.
What will
True.
destroy us, and what will take us up spiritually or whichever field. That both choices are with us. We should do the right choice.
Okay. But don't you think if this element was not there, things would have been simpler for us?
I don't think that the world will be combination of good and bad. So you cannot avoid bad.
Probably like an exam wherein there will be toughness, but at the same time, if you do well, you can still be at better position.
No, I would say that these both things are kept before us by God, and He is testing us where we go. So if you go towards something wrong,
Yes.
like this kind of intoxicants, etc., then you will destroy your life. So there cannot be a situation where there will be only good things.
Yes.
I cannot accept that.
Yes.
Both the things will be there in the life. Evil will be there, there will be good also.
Yes.
There will be murderer also, there will be one who will comfort, the person who will comfort you.
Yes.
Okay. So there are all these people who do wrong things. Criminals are also there, but there are asylums also. They will support such. They will take care of such people who are affected by it. So both the things Bhagavan has created. Yeah, so we have to first of all develop or sharpen our intellect with what we want to choose. The more our clear our discrimination and thinking, more the purity of mind, we will move away from wrong things and go towards good things. So that is what spirituality is.
Okay. Consider a war-like situation, like consider a situation currently in Gaza or Syria.
Mm-hmm.
In such a scenario, you will see that many innocent people, including children, lose their life. consider a situation wherein country X is attacking another country Y, and many innocent people lose their life, including children, especially those who have no understanding of what is right and wrong. Children who are below the age of 14. So I want to know, where does the evil in country X, which has started the war, coming in? And my second question is, how do we understand the suffering of those innocent children who have probably not done anything in this world to deserve all this pain? Is there a way Bhagavad Gita can help us make sense of this kind of suffering and injustice?
So, whether this is at a national level or individual level,
Yes,
everybody has desires, everybody has weaknesses, everybody wants to overpower others,
yes,
acquire, aggrandize, etc.
yes,
Okay. So sometimes one individual who wants to encroach the land of the next person, next neighbor.
yes,
And similarly, at a national level, one nation wants to encroach the property or land of the next nation.
yes,
So this will be there at a microcosmic and or macrocosmic level,
yes,
because minds are same everywhere.
yes,
So, so people with, I've said no Rajoguna are here.
yes,
The Rajoguna means all Kama, Esha, Krodha, Esha, Rajoguna
yes,
Samudbhava. So then there is desire,
yes,
or whether there is anger.
yes,
This is a product of Rajoguna. And a Rajoguni country will always would like to overpower his little weaker country.
yes,
Okay, acquire. So in that process, when the other country retaliates, there will be war.
yes,
And in war, you will see there will be suffering. Innocent children or women or men, anybody,
yes,
they will be affected by that. Okay. Now, you are asking, what is the fault of those innocent
yes,
children? Why they are suffering?
yeah,
This question is really uh, different aspects to it. Sometimes there is something called samashti prarabdha.
as in,
Samashti prarabdha means the the fate of the totality.
can you elaborate?
Yeah. So like like it is destined. Let us say that somebody has to die in some aircraft crash or some fire or something like that.
Yes,
But how they all will die at one time. So Bhagwan does some plan.
yes,
They will make them plan in such a way that they will all travel in one particular flight on one particular day, at one time,
yes,
and that fire gets crushed,
yes,
crashes. So all of them die at one time by burning on that whatever. They had one samashti prarabdha that fate is that they will be dying through
yeah,
that accident, etc. So that is called samashti, means totality का एक प्रारंभ होता है. So they will come together and then they will suffer that way. So in war also that happens. That samashti prarabdha, maybe samashti they have done some karmas in their past life for which they have to suffer in this life, and that comes into reality through such wars. One full building they will throw
bomb,
one bomb or something guided missile, and all 100 people die at one time. So their samashti prarabdha gets exhausted by that one particular action of throwing bomb there. It is a little difficult to understand and accept also, but that is how it is.
so in that case, is there a concept of reincarnation of past life?
Of course, in Hinduism we believe reincarnation or punarjanma, because if there is today, there has to be yesterday, there will be
Tomorrow,
tomorrow also. So we believe. In Bhagavad Gita also it is very clearly
like,
said.
through science, is there a way to justify afterlife?
After a life, I do not know whether science will accept it or not. But there are some psychiatrists or psychologists. They can retrace your past life. They can take you to your past lives. That is possible. Who were you in your past life? You are asked the question, ki, what was the mistake of those children?
Yes.
Okay, so I said because we all, as you so you reap, that is the law of karma. No?
Yes.
Every action has equal and opposite reaction.
Yes.
So when I am suffering today, it means I had made someone else suffer in
Previous
some way or
life.
other, in this life previously,
Yes.
in the past, or in my past lives. We do not see as human beings, we do not see the past life of everybody, but Bhagavan knows, he keeps accounts of every individual. He has a very master computer, and he has all records in him. In one click, he can get full history of so many lives. If I tell you one incident,
Yes.
then they will prove it or they will accept it. Bhishma Pitamiya,
Yes.
Mahabharata,
Yeah.
he led such a pious life, dharmic life, everybody
Yep.
knows. But his death was that he had to lie on the bed of arrows.
Yeah.
So many arrows piercing his body
Yes.
and making all the wounds, and then he's suffering. But because he has Ichha Maran,
Yes.
death that is will, he did not die, he waited for the Avtarayana
Yes.
to happen. That time, when he is dying, that time Bhagavan comes, Krishna
Yes.
comes, and he complains to him. I led such a pious life, then why did you give me such death, such torturing and
Yeah.
suffering? So he said, you go to your past lives. This Bhishma Pitamaha was a yogi also. He
Yes.
could retrace his past lives. So he said, yes, I went up to 69 lives, and I have never seen any action that because of which I have to undergo this kind of death, tragic death. Okay. Krishna said, you go one more life behind. He went one more life, and there he had caught a bird, took the arrow and pierced in his body several times, and he enjoyed that suffering of that bird. And because of that one action, small action, see in this life he had to go through so many such pain. So there is calculation of everything that we do. So the war victims, etc. So it is a very harsh thing I have to say. Uh, because today they are suffering, we see them suffering today, but all the suffering is of some life, some suffering that we all have or they have done to someone else in some or the other way that comes as a that fruit of their action, karma phal. We cannot escape it. Sometimes we may escape when we go into active spirituality because of God's grace and Guru's Kripa, Guru's grace.
Yes.
One may overcome this.
Yes.
But general public, general souls, ignorant souls, they have to undergo this.
Okay, this is really like content heavy for me right now.
Yes.
Like I never had such an enlightening conversation before. Okay, so one core teaching of Bhagavad Gita is to perform karmas or to do action. Could you elaborate on this concept and explain how karma can affect life as a whole?
The small correction is Bhagavad Gita never said you should do your karma.
Okay.
Bhagavad Gita said, "Na kaschit kshanamapi jato tishtati akarmatu." Means even for a single moment you cannot remain without action. You have to perform your actions. There is no option. Everybody has to.
Do
Only at
some
one
action.
place you do not perform your action. When you are on your deathbed.
Okay.
Or on your death stretcher. Or that coffee. Or whatever
Yeah.
you say. So, action or activity is the insignia of our life, of living.
Yes.
Now, but Bhagavad Gita says you should do your ordained duties. Niyatam kuru karma, karma jayu hi akarmana. So he says everybody, every individual has to do his ordained duties. That is nitya karma. Now there are four types of karmas. What they speak
Yes.
in Hinduism.
Okay.
One is nitya karma. That is our daily duties, like taking bath, going to your office, housewife, she has to cook for her family.
Yes.
Or do your sandhya vandan, do your japa. That is our nitya karma. One is called naimittika karma, means occasional duties, where you have to go for some wedding, some reception, some death ceremony.
Yes.
Third is called kamya karma, desire prompted actions. Like you watch a movie, you go to some
Mall.
Domino's to eat pizza,
Yeah.
or etc. This you desire prompted actions to enjoy yourself, to
Satisfy your desire.
satisfy your indriyas or senses you go. And fourth is called nishiddha karma, the action, prohibited actions which you are not supposed
Supposed
to
to
do.
do. Okay.
The Shastra says you should not telling lies is a nishiddha karma, for example. You
Okay.
should not do that. And fifth is if you have done some nishiddha karma, then you should do prayashchitta, compensatory action. So this is the fifth karma. Now what Bhagavad Gita says, niyatam kuru karmatvam. What is niyat karma is nitya naimittika karma you should do every day. You should take bath every day, you should do your japa daily, you should eat daily. Achha, you should do as after rasta, if you are going to office, you should go to office, do your duties there, earn bread and butter for your
Yes.
family, for yourself, for the society, etc.
Yes.
That is our, you should not run away from that. Okay. So Arjuna was running away from his
Karma.
niyat karma. As a Kshatriya, he has to fight the war. It is dharmic war for him.
Yes.
Other party is doing adharma to him. To retaliate, to after all the means were used and they are not ready to accept.
Yes.
Then you give 5 villages, they are satisfied with that. But that also Duryodhana did not accept. Then they had to declare war. But he wanted to run away from that
What?
fighting. That is his duty as a Kshatriya. So Arjuna, Krishna again and again reminds him that Niyatam Kuru Karma, you do your duty.
Duty.
Tasmat Uttishta Kaunteya Yudhaya Vrta Nishchaya. Therefore you get up and then you engage in this action of doing war, fight, or Yuddha Karma. So Bhagavad Gita's teaching is do your karma. Now how to do that karma? That he said, Yajnarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bhattana. Means you do your karma as an offering to that Bhagavan. ब्रह्मण्याधाय कर्माणि संगम त्यक्त्वा करोति लिप्यतेन स पापेन पद्मपत्रमवाप्यसा. There are shlokas where he says you can do actions and still remain unaffected by the outcome, consequences, or good or bad consequences of the action. Now, how is that? Then how you should do actions? So you should offer that action as a worship of Bhagavan. भगवान को कर्म को पूजा बनाओ भगवान. As you do worship of Bhagavan, similarly you do your karma. So let us say if you are a housewife,
Yes.
and you are cooking, how you should, what attitude should be there? I am cooking for my family. My husband is my Pati Parmeshwar, let us say. My children are like Krishna's Rupa. I am serving that Paramatma which is there in the heart of my husband, my children, my in-laws, and that is my worship for them. With this attitude, if you do that karma, that will purify your mind. And once you do karma, you will definitely get fruits. कर्म के बाद फल आता ही है. Now how to accept that fruit? But Gita says you accept it as his prasad. भगवान का प्रसाद मान के कर्म के फल को स्वीकार करना चाहिए. Then पाप नहीं लगेगा. पाप means you will not incur new vasanas.
Okay.
You will not incur new tendencies. And these new tendencies make us take rebirths. So
Is it?
rebirth.
Yeah.
So they will create vasanas. Vasanas means impressions. So when you do actions with the attitude of what? Ishwar Arpan Buddhi. Can you repeat?
Ishwar Arpan Buddhi.
Ishwar Arpan Buddhi. And you accept the fruits as Prasad Buddhi.
Yes.
It becomes Karma Yoga.
So basically you do your work but don't expect anything in return, and whatever you get in return, be satisfied with it.
Do not accept anything in return. It is not like that. But don't insist on particular result. That is the better said. ऐसा ही फल आना चाहिए. This way only I want the result. That insistence you should not keep. But you work for that. If it doesn't come, sometimes it will come, sometimes it may not come.
Yes.
But if whatever has come, you have to accept it with a cool mind, peaceful mind, as Bhagavan's prasad. When we go to temple, we take 1 kg peda.
Yes.
It's sweetmeat. And that pujari will give us 3 only after.
Yes.
Rest of it he will keep for himself. We never complain कि 50 अपने पास रख दिया, हमको 3 हमको दिया नहीं. 3 pedas also you will just सिर पे लगा के खुद खाएंगे, सबको बांटेंगे. You will be happy that it has come from Bhagavan. It will be 3 also. So that's why our Gurudev Swami Chinmaya Mission used to say, do your best and leave the rest unto him. So do your best, work to the full potential,
Yes.
work with the spirit I am to achieve that goal. But if that you do not reach that goal, don't get disheartened, accept that as his prasad. Try again. What from?
Sure.
Be at least at peace.
Okay. Swamiji, in Bhagavad Gita, Dharma refers to basically righteous duty or purpose. How would you explain Dharma in today's world where our personal, societal, and work responsibility are often at clash? For example, consider a situation like I'm getting a high paying job which does not align with my value, or I have another option of doing a low paying job which aligns with my value. In that situation, what am I supposed to do? Should I follow my dharma or not? Does following dharma always leads to happiness or does it require sacrifice?
Hmm. So, one who has a very strong inclination or a strong value system
Yes.
of truthfulness, of dharmic vritti,
Yes.
he will first of all quit that job,
Okay.
because for him, top priority is following the values of life. Like for example, on a higher pedestal, we can take the example of Raja Harishchandra.
Yes.
It's very difficult to find such people today, but there may be. It is not that they are not there. If a person who is practicing such values very
Yes.
strongly, he will quit any immoral job that his boss asks him to do. This is the
Okay.
first thing. Now, second thing is you said, but he also has to support his family. What
Yes.
about that? If he doesn't get a new job, and then how they will suffer, etc.
Yeah.
So, in such situations, uh, what my reply will be, he has to postpone or convince his boss that this kind of job is not meant for him. Better give this kind of tasks to some other next subordinate or his, and give
Okay.
other type which are morally correct,
Yes.
value based. Such
Yeah.
kind of jobs you do give me, that he can put forth request, because that they do not go with my value system.
Okay.
Now, if his boss is not convinced with that, and still you have to support your duty, it's to support your family, what you should do? It you are at crossroads, you are question mark. Hmm? So at that time, you should pray to Bhagavan very intensely that number one, may I get a better job which are inclined in my values. May my boss changes his mind, he becomes a pure soul, he refrains from this kind of things.
Yes.
And prayers have lots of power. They can change things. He must have that faith. Sometimes it may so happen that Bhagavan is putting him in such situation because he wants to test his determination, his value system, how strong he is. So that is a test also sometimes. How much we can be influenced by the other person doing wrong.
No, but
Yeah.
consider a situation like I have a child to look after, and the child is having now because of social media, the kids at young age are exposed to too many things, and there's a lot of competition. Everyone wants to have everything. Because of my low pay, I might not be able to satisfy the child desire, and the child is too innocent to understand all these things. So, how am I supposed to convince that child that okay, I am not following this path because of which I am not being able to give you everything that you wish for?
He has to tell it. There is no other way. The family will have to accept or support the values of the head of the mission, the head of the that family.
Yes.
If they are, it is a tough situation actually. This question is really difficult to answer also, because there is no alternative for him. That's why I said no. He has to support his family also, and he doesn't want doesn't want to do wrong things also. What she should do? That's why I said pray. Tell Bhagavan that please give me a better job, a good job, or change that person. You have to have trust. One day that situation will come. So submit to Bhagwan. He said, you should tell him, yes, this is not what I want to do, but I have to do is, please forgive me. Please put me in a better situation. I would say answer it in this way. Otherwise, it is difficult to answer.
Okay.
Yes.
Why do you think Divine has selected certain souls like Sachin Tendulkar or Virat Kohli, or you can say MS Dhoni, to achieve this extraordinary level of success, while there can be several other people who are equally hardworking, talented, but may have not made it to that level? What lesson does Divine has for both those who are at the topmost and those who cannot make it to that level?
Yeah, there are so many factors that lead to success. So one is, we said, it is perseverance. Earlier I quoted my Gurudev Swami Chinmaya. He said, every job demands its quota of efforts. Don't give up too soon. Strive on until you win.
Yes.
Now, in your example, Sachin Tendulkar, MS Dhoni, and so many such, Gukesh,
Yes.
yesterday, 2 days back, he became the youngest grandmaster. No?
Yes.
They have put forth efforts to the last level because that's why they are successful.
You mean they have not given up for the longest time?
Yes, they strive on until you win. That's what, no. Swami Vivekananda used to say, "Awake, arise, stop not till the goal is reached." This is one thing. So those people whom you said, mentioned, who have also put forth equal efforts, I would say their efforts were not as equal as these people to reach
Level.
that level. That is also there. Now you just take this question in another perspective.
Yes.
Is success only getting selected for the Indian national team?
No.
Or can he not be a very good cricket player? He can be a very good cricket coach. He can produce people like Sachin Tendulkar. Be happy with whatever he is doing. He may be playing for Ranji, let us say.
Yes.
He may be playing for his state team, etc.
Yes.
But still, he is a very successful person. So the concept of reaching only at a national team should not be considered as a mark for success. Need not. He can be successful in his local level also. People may be getting inspired through him in that village, in that his town, in their city. ऐसा भी हो सकता है ना. Another angle you can look at it. So he did not compare himself always with Sachin and all Dhoni and all. What was the second question?
What lesson does Divine has for those who are at the topmost and those who cannot make it to the topmost? Yeah, so when we get success, sometimes that in Konkani we said, "Takler marta manta success." You you lose your vivek also sometimes. So sometimes we see our players, they go to different country and then they do some wrong things also. In some shopping mall, they will be doing they will be doing something wrong, which is not correct, which is not ethical, which is not suitable to their particular position. Yes. So they think that we have achieved success, we are above the cloud, etc. Yes. So that kind of thing should not be. So it is that when you become successful, let your feet remain on the ground, let the head be in the sky, but your leg should always be on the ground. Yes. So ground reality के साथ भी होना चाहिए. Don't do something which will what you call it, bring your status down, which will be below your dignity. This is one thing. Respect everybody. Do not do immoral things. Many people do that, and they become some captain of the team, and they do get engaged into these immoral things like match fixing, etc., etc. Then they ruin their career. Yeah. With Sachin, Kambli was also equally good cricket player. You know that. But now see his condition. What is he? He is addicted and he is into all this wrong company. He went after money.
went after women.
Yes.
So now he looks like a 70-year-old person. All everything is all that glamour, all that his status, it is all gone. So, but Sachin, he is still he is there, leading a very pure life, morally also, ethically also, inspiring also. Still, he is a legend. Still, he is a I would say god of cricket. Yes. Because he followed value system. And those who are not successful but equally striving for that, for them the message is be happy with whatever you are doing, do your best, leave the rest. One day you will get definitely the reward of your action. So don't look down upon yourself. The Bhagavad Gita says, Uddharet atmanatmanam na atmanam avasadayet. Just because I'm not getting selected in Indian team, that doesn't mean I am worthless person. No, need not. You may be worthwhile, but still not in the Indian cricket team. Only 13, 14 people get selected. What about the rest of the country people? वो सब useless है क्या? नहीं है. That is not the wrong. That is, but that society will see successful only one who gets selected in that and all those things. वो समाज ऐसा है, क्या करेंगे? We should not get influenced by this kind of conditionings. Be master of your own mind. Be master of your own situation. Be happy. Strive on.
Okay, Swamiji. So, as we conclude, what is that one key message or teaching from Bhagavad Gita that you believe everyone should carry with them throughout their life?
I just now said it, and this is what I heard from my Guruji, Swami Tejomayananji. One teaching from Bhagavad Gita is Uddhared Atmanatmanam. Lift yourself by yourself and don't look down upon yourself. Okay. So there are many teachings in Bhagavad Gita. One teaching is you surrender to me. Bhagavan says, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papebhya mokshayishyami ma shuchah. But to surrender also you have to lift yourself. Okay. So you lift yourself from your present situation to into a better situation, from better to best situation, whether it is spiritually or morally or ethically or whichever life you are leading, a business life or a family life or some job you are doing, you lift yourself. That lifting yourself means what? Become better person than what you were earlier. That is your lifting. Lifting yourself means don't become a slave of your senses, slave of your mind, a slave of the sense objects that are there around you. Yes. Be a master of your mind. As much as mastery you can get, that much you are more and more successful, I would say, spiritually. So lift yourself and don't look down upon yourself. Bhagavan has created all of us unique. Yes. We are not, so we should not become duplicates. We should not imitate just like that. Be yourself, be as Bhagavan has made you, and then be happy. That is what I would say.
That's a valuable message, Swami. Thank you for joining us today. Any final thoughts for our listeners?
I would say, do what you love and love what you do. That was the message of Bhagavad Gita, I would say.
Okay. Thank you so much, Swamiji, for joining us today and sharing your time, insights, and wisdom with us. It has been an absolutely insightful conversation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, listeners, for tuning into this episode of Popcorn with Piyu. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Until the next time, stay inspired.